To today's daily word. Today is Tuesday, August the 3rd of the year 2021. It is a beautiful morning and it's going to be a beautiful day. We have a great day planned, this important day in the life of the church. As you know, we've been planning for this National Night Out for several weeks, months actually. And it's going to be exciting to see us transform the parking lot into this big dining room and just invite folks to come. Hopefully the neighborhood will come. We've passed out flyers. You're all welcome to come and share in a great meal. You don't have to come and work or do anything. You can just come share. I'll be grilling pork chops on the grill. We're having fresh sweet corn that was just picked today, mashed potatoes, gravy, rolls, freshly baked cookies, and drinks. So we're just looking forward, and for kids, we have hot dogs. So we're looking forward to a great time together tonight as we share in our time together. So hopefully you'll join us for this rather exciting time in the life of the church and in our neighborhood and community. It's a beautiful day for it. So this morning, I have chosen for the scripture one that we've heard before, one that I use a lot, sometimes at funerals, sometimes at the end of someone's life, sometimes at a transition point in life where folks are going from one thing to the next. And there's this interesting idea about what it means to transition. And so we hear these words from 2 Timothy. So Timothy's about to leave. His death is about to happen. And so he leaves us with these words. Now, I'm going to use the Message version this morning because I thought it was really good. We hear these words. You take over. I'm about to die. My life an offering on God's altar. This is the only race worth running. I fought hard right to the finish, believed all the way. All that's left now is the shouting, God's applause. Depend on it. He's an honest judge. He'll do right not only by me, but by everyone eager for his coming. My dad would often say that, well, the only thing left is the shouting, when you got to the end of something. If you know me well, and most of you do who watch this, you know that I'm highly competitive. I like to win. Not at all cost, at least anymore. But I like to win. Winning is a big deal. I like to win on the street, the first person to the exit. I like all kinds of winning. I had a great friend, Mike, who died several years ago. We were great friends for a very long time. And he was a Cleveland Indians fan and a Cleveland Browns fan, which I never understood. We talked about all that a lot. We joked 99% of the time about it. But he and Doris liked to watch the kids play sports. And my kids, Dustin and Kelsey, they don't take losing lightly either. And Mike would always say, especially to Kelsey, Mike would always say, it's just a game. It's just a game. And that would always make Kelsey mad. We saw Mike in the hospital on Saturday before he died. And we were having a great conversation and we got ready to leave. And Mike's last words to Kelsey were, Kelsey, just remember, it's only a game. Now, it's probably good advice for us to think about. Timothy writes about finishing the race of life and doing it well and having believed all the way. All that's left now is the shouting. I haven't watched the Olympics. I don't know if you all have or not. I haven't watched the Olympics. The time zones are so different, and to watch it at night, given my physical condition, by the time I do what I need to do all day, I'm pretty done physically. So I just kind of crash every night. But on Sunday, I don't know if you heard this story or not. I just read this early this morning. On Sunday, there were two high jumpers, and frankly, I can't say their names. One man was from Italy, another was from Qatar. And they both high jumped 7 feet 9¼ inches. But neither one of them could clear the next bar at the higher level. And they each got 3 attempts, and neither one of them could clear the next highest level. So, according to the rules of the Olympics, they could either continue with a jump off until one of them finally triumphed, or they could share the gold. And the one high jumper said, "Can we have 2 golds?" He asked the judge. And before the judge could even answer, they shook hands, they hugged, and they ran around the field celebrating. And the crowd went wild. Now, part of that on the surface of it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? To share a gold medal. I don't honestly know what happened. Do they both get a gold medal? How do you share a gold medal? One's from Italy and one's from Qatar. I don't think you could really share it day to day, given the distance of their countries. But there are moments like this in life that remind us that sometimes in life it's more than the competition. Sometimes in life it's more than about winning. It really is about running the race. And we run it together. I like to think that in our lives together, that we run the race together. That sometimes we run side by side. Sometimes some of us have to go ahead and clear the way for others. Sometimes, you have to just be slow and deliberate like me and make sure you get everything right and just know when to stop when you don't have any energy left. Competition, of course, has its place in the world, but so does collaboration. Competition heightens our skills, makes us stronger. Collaboration touches our hearts and helps us to know what generosity means and what gratitude means. You see, I think when Timothy speaks to us about running the race, he says these words again. Hear them again. You take over. I'm about to die, my life an offering on God's altar. This is the only race worth running. I've run hard right to the finish. I've believed all the way. All that's left now is the shouting, God's applause. Depend on it. He's an honest judge. He'll do right not only by me, but by everyone eager for his coming. You've heard me say it all these months and all these days together on all of our daily words. You hear me say it on Sunday morning. And I continue to say it and believe it. What we do together, how our faith journey is intertwined, how we seek to make a difference in each other's lives, sometimes it is like sharing the gold medal. Because you win and because I win, or because I win, you win, because you've made a difference in my life and I've made a difference in your life. Our lives are better, and then we make someone else's life better. I like to think that what Timothy writes to us is a clarion call to run the race, but not run it alone. Not just to get out on the course and run it alone with our head up and not look at anybody else. But I think the clarion call is to run the race together. And to make sure that when we do that, that our lives then, that are so intertwined, make a difference. And we've known that we've run it together. Talking about my friend Mike, we shared it so much fun together. We ran the race together. And when he said to Kelsey that day, "It's just a game, Kels. Remember, it's just a game." Part of that was a joke, but part of that was a reminder to us that life ran together. being faithful together, loving together, reaching out together. All of that is what enhances our world and makes it a great place. So this scripture, I think, and the story of the Olympics, can we just share? I know competition makes us tough, but collaboration increases something in us that we don't quite understand. I would hope in the midst of our competition, and I know competition is about to start. I know, volleyball in high school is about to start. I know that cross country is about to start. I know that that golf is about to start and soccer is about to start. I know all of that, and the competition heats up. But then there's this reminder, like tonight in our parking lot, that the race we run together is also important. When we sit down and break bread and share our lives with each other. So I hope we find ways in all of our lives to do all of this and collaborate as we live together. I've run hard right to the finish, believed all the way. I hope the scripture said of me someday. Jim ran hard right to the finish and believed all the way. Hope one of you says that of me someday, and that we've done it together. So I pray for God's presence in your life and for God's love and grace. Sorry for my emotion today. I pray that you'll know of God's presence that's deep and rich in your life and fills you, and God's love that surrounds you, and my deep love for all of you. Have a great day. I hope I see you tonight as we come and share and break bread together.